Hi everyone, welcome to MGS Coaching Football. Coach Sullivan here, new offensive coordinator at Fitchburg State University. And so what I'm going to be now incorporating into my same MGS Coaching Football channel with all my 3-4 defensive presentations are a whole host of now triple option or gun triple presentations. So this first presentation is our inside veer premise. Okay, and this would be the same if it's triple option, meaning under center, or gun triple out of the gun. Okay, so over here, I'm going to go through the key terms with you to help you understand how we define inside veer, where the track is, where we're trying to hit the play, how we determine the handoff key, the pitch key, the support key. Okay, and so when I come over here to the diagram, I'm not going to diagram an entire inside veer play, but I'm going to go through the diagram to use it to help better explain the key terms over here. Okay, so remember, this is just a general premise for us in terms of the philosophy behind our inside veer. Okay, so the first key term is number one here, the dive phase. For us, inside veer is a B-gap play. Okay, and it all starts with the dive. So for us, right, I mean, we're not reinventing the wheel. A gaps, B gaps. So for us, the inside veer dive play is going to hit on the outside leg of the guard. Track right through the B gap. Okay? So that's the landmark for our B back. And this is the B back. Okay? We have a left A and a right A, and the B back is directly behind the quarterback, same as in the gun. All right? So now number two, how we determine who's our handoff key, who we're going to read for the handoff key, that's our number one. Okay? And so the number one is anywhere from a 4-eye technique all the way out to a 9 technique. Not too likely to be a 9 technique, but that brings in when we have a tight end, which I'm not doing in this as part of this presentation. A tight end tweaks a lot of things in our inside veer. Okay. So essentially, a down lineman touching the offensive tackle out. Right? So 4-eye would be in here. And then working outward. That's number one. So I have it drawn up here, right? Number one on both sides. And I'll get to all of this again when I get to the diagram. All righty? So then number two, the next key term is the pitch key, or what we call a quarterback defender. Number two is the next defender outside of one. It could be on the line. It could be linebacker level. It could be defensive back level. So all three levels could be number two. All right, all the different kinds of defenses. All right, so here I've got number two is on the line, right? Whether it's standing up or in a stance, 3-point stance. Number two is on the line. Number two could be back here at linebacker level. Number two could be at the defensive back level. Okay, so we look inside out. Okay, so then number four, meaning the key term for, our number three, the support key, who has the pitch. Okay, the pitch defender. That's the next defender outside of three. So that's either going to be at linebacker or DB level. Okay, we have never encountered, not even necessarily in a goal line, 1, 2, and 3 all being on the line of scrimmage. We just haven't. Okay? So see, in the diagram, number three, the pitch defender is the safety. Okay, the pitch defender is the safety. So how it becomes the corner, you're just going to have to watch more presentations on the triple option. Okay? So that takes care of numbers 1, 2, and 3, the handoff key, the pitch key, the support key. Okay? So then number 5, your pre-snap routine. Huge. And it's a big part of spring install. It's a huge part of preseason install. And then it's a huge part of game plan install week in and week out. That's the beautiful thing about triple option football. Okay? It simplifies the process. Pre-snap, every single time you got to locate 1, 2, and 3 in that order. It's an inside-out process. Who's got the handoff? Who's got the quarterback? Who's got the pitch, right? 1, 2, 3. You got to locate the NDBs, which we simply call the near deep backs. So in this diagram, the NDBs are the corners. Okay? So to be an NDB, that means you're not either 1, 2, or 3. Okay? And you're not in the box to be an NDB. Okay? So it's always a DB, and they're not 1, 2, or 3. Okay? So we got to make sure we identify them because they got to get blocked too. Okay? That's the key. So very important part of the pre-snap routine. We have the play side tackle make the call. Is it a 3 technique or is it a 4-eye? And he just says 3 or 4-eye. I mean, that's it. But the tackle makes that call. The tackle makes the determination. He's on me or he's on the guard. Okay, nobody else makes that call. Because that determines who's number 1, right? Remember that, 4-eye out. So we let the play side tackle make that call. We also let the play side tackle determine if the inside linebacker is in or out. Meaning, is the linebacker, now when it's obvious the linebacker's over the guards, he doesn't have to make that call. But in a 3 linebacker set, or in a tough set, right, where you got a 0, 2, 3 techniques and 2, 5 techniques, is the linebacker, okay, on or inside? So if he's on or inside the tackle, he'll say in. As soon as he's outside shade or wider, he's going to say out. Okay? So an in call means that the play side tackle or the A-back's going to block the linebacker. Out, quarterback knows that's number 2. At linebacker level. See how this works? So the play side tackle is always the one who makes that determination. And that's where the offensive line coach comes in and make sure you coach him up to properly make that call. Okay? So now over here in the diagram, right? This is what we call Detroit, 2x2 double slot with wide receivers. This is how we label or name our players. So our wide receivers are X and Z. They stay left and right. Our A-backs are left and right. They stay left and right, left A, right A, and they're either backside A or play side A, depending on the call, right? B-back is behind the quarterback, and then your usual guard, tackle, center, guard, tackle, okay? So our splits, I'll get to all of this in a second, are 3 foot. Our A-backs are 2x2, okay, meaning 2 feet outside, 2 feet back, and their inside toe is on the outside heel of the tackle, inside foot staggered back, so they can scan the defense as well as be in a position to go into tail motion. The B-back's hand is 2 yards behind the quarterback. Okay, he's got a nice compact stance so he can explode out of it. He's got to get to that track, get to that B gap real quick. All right, we do not want it to be slow. It's got to be a fast track. Okay, whether it's right or left. So what is meant by numbers, field, and angles? Okay, and right now I got the ball in the middle of the field against a balanced defense, right? The numbers are the same. We're always looking first, we're going to go to numbers. If we have a numbers advantage, we're going to go to it. Ball's on the hash. Assuming the numbers aren't okay, huge to the field, we're going to go to the big field. So if a team cranks it to the field, that'll get us into the boundary. right? We got better angles. See how this is working? All things being equal, the numbers are the same. We're in the middle of the field. The angles are the same. For us, we're going to go to the right. We're right-handed. Okay? So, sure, when the ball's on the hash, you're going to see a lot of times option teams go to the big field. If you don't make an adjustment so the numbers stay the same, then we're going to field. And if the ball's on the right hash, we're going to the left. We're going to big field. Okay? If you crank it, so the numbers are we should go into the boundary, that gets us into the boundary. Right? And in future presentations, if it's a 5 technique, handoff key number 1 over here, and it's a 4-eye over here, we're going to the 5. That's a better angle for us. Okay? So everything we do, in addition to all of this that I went through with you, right? How we determine number 1, the handoff key, number 2, the pitch key, number 3, the support key. Right? And the pitch key is also the quarterback defender. Who has quarterback? Right? 1 has the dive, 2 has the quarterback, 3 has the pitch. Okay? In addition to all of that, once we get under center, quite often we'll just simply say inside veer on the line, inside veer on the line, ready, break. And then the quarterback and the offense, the rest of the offense goes through their pre-snap routine, and then it's up to the quarterback to make the call which way we're going. And we can do that for all of our option plays, okay? Because it's based on this. Once you get into the pre-snap, this is what the quarterback's basing it on, okay? So that's the premise behind our inside veer. It's a B-gap hitting dive play, okay? So that's the first phase of the option. And then that's number 1, the handoff key, then the quarterback, if the handoff key, and I'll go through all these techniques with you in other presentations. If that shoulder's coming down hard on the handoff, he's going to pull it, and then he's going to proceed to number 2. And the number 2 has the quarterback, and that'll determine whether or not he keeps it or pitches it. And then ultimately, number 3, who gets blocked, right, has the pitch. So if we do our job and we do pitch it, it should be running to daylight. Okay? So as I said at the beginning, thank you for watching MGS Coaching Football. Right now, to subscribers and non-subscribers, any questions, please, please, please reach out to me at coachmjsullivan@gmail.com. I'd love to talk triple option, gun triple football with you, and please continue to check and look for future presentations on the triple option and or the gun triple.